In the last few years, China's become South America's biggest trade partner, usurping a role the US has fought to maintain for more than 200 years, and it's always been very protective of that role. All the way back in 1823, US President James Monroe issued the Monroe Doctrine, a warning to European powers to abandon their colonial pursuits in the Western Hemisphere. Then, in 1904, President Theodore Roosevelt amended that doctrine, giving the United States power to intervene militarily in Latin American countries. The Roosevelt corollary kick-started America's view of itself as world police, and over the next century began to flex its growing military power. In the 20th century alone, it sent its armed forces to Peru, Nicaragua, Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala. It occupied parts of Haiti, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Panama, Colombia, and it helped overthrow governments in Argentina, Chile, El Salvador, Bolivia, Brazil. Honestly, it's easier to name a country that wasn't shaped by US intervention, maybe Costa Rica. Whenever a country got too cozy with a rival, Team USA stepped in to protect its interests, which throughout the 20th century can be summed up in one word: oil. And sitting at the top of this region is a country with more proven oil reserves than anywhere else in the world: Venezuela. Back in the day, the two countries were pretty friendly, and US companies had unchallenged access to Venezuelan oil fields. But that all changed in 1999, when a revolutionary socialist government led by Hugo Chavez seized power. Fiercely anti-American, Chavez focused on building closer ties with Iran, Russia, and China, and keeping Venezuelan oil firmly under state control. Here's how he described US President George W. Bush in 2006 following his invasion of Iraq.
Para decírtelo en mi mal inglés, en mi bad English, you are a donkey, Mr. Danger. You are a donkey, Mr. Bush. Si algún día se te va a ocurrir la locura de invadir Venezuela, te espero en esta sabana, Mr. Danger. Come on here, Mr. Danger.
So yeah, not a fan. The root of this tension came from Chavez's belief that the US had tried everything they could to topple him, starting with an attempted coup in 2002 where he was detained for 48 hours, to an alleged assassination attempt in 2005, to his accusation that US aid was funding opposition parties. When Chavez died and his deputy, Nicolas Maduro, took over in 2013, the US placed heavy sanctions on Venezuela, labeling it as a threat to national security.